5 seconds
Okay.
remaining.
You got your camera on.
Should do.
Cool.
press
Let's go show that. Oh, yeah, I just don't want to swap to the screen if you're not there. There he is. Very good. Oh, you've changed from a headset to just some.
Yeah, I bought them to try
Earbuds.
them. I'm not a huge fan. Well, the cable's too short, so I need to play with that. Or get like an extension.
Okay. Why did you decide to change? You testing something out, or your headset broke? Or
Visually, I prefer them. I think as well they're just a little bit less like you don't have to sit in a headset all day.
yes, good.
I'm mostly still using my headset. I need to get, like I said, an extension cable because
Okay.
this is like quite tight.
yeah. Okay.
So I don't have much motion. If I go back too far, I'm gonna yank them out my ears. We don't want that.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
But I think earbuds are nice.
If you got some comfortable ones, because obviously rubbish ones just hurt your ears the whole time.
Yeah, they do.
So
No, these
it's-
ones are pretty good. They're HyperX, so they're not bad.
Oh, are they? Okay. Well, we've got a lot of HyperX products.
We do
at
like
the moment.
HyperX, yeah. I
We
think we
do
showed my
seem to.
headset's HyperX as well.
Is it? I think I had a HyperX headset before. Yeah, they do the Cloud 2. Is that the
Yep.
Seconds remaining.
really, really popular headset, like the most popular one. You get absolutely everywhere. Yeah.
Radiant
Dave
keep
haircut,
making.
Karen says.
I haven't had a haircut recently.
Oh, okay. I'm well overdue. I meant to have one like 6 weeks ago, but then I didn't. So
I just look that fresh all the time, Karen. It's fine.
yeah,
It happens. It happens.
it happens. The bans are always Rubik and Disruptor at the moment. Really keen support bans. Whereas Dire went for a completely different approach and banned 2 in-your-face heroes. Ursa and Spirit Breakers. No Brex, is there? No.
There's no Brex, but obviously Spirit Breaker's been super popular recently. Just one of those heroes that if he gets into mid-late game and has sort of Shadow Blade Axe, really hard to deal with. Just charges incredibly fast and control a carry for a long time. Just an annoying hero.
Shadowblade I find really irritating on that hero because not only can you not see him, but when he charges, it doesn't break the Shadowblade. So you're like, where is he gone? And by the time you found him, he's bulldozed off at like 600 speed. It's so irritating. The interaction of Shadowblade on that hero is so dumb.
It really is.
And it gives him a load of burst damage as well. It just does everything for that hero. Speed, damage, escape. You can't see him charging, so you can't react in time. It's very good. Nice Christmas tree. Yeah, it's a nice Christmas tree, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
I like.
me too.
I always like getting a bit festive. You can't really see it. I've got an advent calendar on the windowsill, which is like a
Oh yeah.
like a train.
Nice. I've
Pull
got
out the
an
trust.
advent calendar. I don't think there's been a year of my life where I've not had an advent calendar. I have to have one. It's kind of essential for me.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I've got a
Always a bit
Toblerone
of
one
fun.
this year, which is an odd one.
That's strong.
Yeah, it's a massive triangle advent calendar.
Nice.
Okay, Jakiro. Again, a very popular in-house
10
hero.
seconds remaining.
I wonder what they're going to pair with that. They obviously have 2 picks, and when you have 2 picks, you tend to
5
pick some sort of
seconds
combo.
remaining.
But unless you're going to have a really early Faceless Void or Legion Commander, yeah, just go 2 supports. Okay.
Double support. I mean, it's pretty classic, right? You don't know exactly what you want your cores to pick. Just pick the 2 supports.
It's the safest way to draft for sure, but I'm a lot more of a fan. I mean, I've not really been a drafter for like 10 years, but I was more of a fan of picking some kind of combo because then they're trying to counter it and you have a bit of flexibility to defend it.
5
Whereas if
seconds
you just
remaining.
stall for ages, you've got to kind of shoehorn in a hero that counters their lineup, works with your lineup. It just, I like at least one core pick early, I suppose. But we'll
Yeah, and I
see.
think as well, I've been playing, I play a lot of position 5, and a lot of times I'm like, I wish I didn't have to pick +5 straight away because there's so many good support matchups that you counter the enemy core. By
Yes.
first picking your 2 supports, you're allowing the enemy carry to have a good game, or you're allowing the enemy mid to have a good game. I mean, you basically have seen, right, you got your Kyria Skyrath, so out of sight of silence, which is annoying for a lot of sort of spell casting based cores. There's not a lot of lockdown here. Jakiro Ice Path is unreliable. Skyrath, if he doesn't have an ATOS, is not particularly locked down. So
No.
yeah, I think early off you've drafted not that many stuns, and
Yeah.
hopefully they can add some to their draft. Otherwise, I think they're going to have trouble killing people.
I think it's also, like you said, need to add stuns to their draft. To me, it's much easier to add stuns in your supports than it is to add in on your cores.
10
Like,
seconds
I
remaining.
hate it when I'm playing mid, I'm last pick. I'm like, great, my team have given me last pick. We have no
5
stuns and no
seconds
engage, and
remaining.
I've got to pick a hero to engage. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking, right, I need a Void Spirit or something. But it limits your pool. I can't counterpick the enemy now. And some supports, like you said, are so good against certain heroes. Like Shadow Demon, if you really need a save. And the way he works against illusion heroes and heroes like Luna, for example, just game winning. You really need a Grimstroke because you could hold in place a Pango,
Yep.
or you can create a clone of a Terrorblade or something. Some heroes are just so good, some supports. But when you're trying to counter their lineup purely with your mid and your pos one, it becomes difficult. So yeah, I'm of the opinion, but it's safe. At least they can pick their cores later on. we'll see what goes with Skyrath. Hopefully something he can easily combo off. I still think Void would be fantastic for the Dire, but we'll see.
Yeah, so far I'm liking Void. It's not actually bad into a Sand King lane either, as you do have the jump away. I think time dilation against Sand King is pretty annoying as well, so Void is definitely looking strong right now.
Yeah.
They banned Legion Commander, obviously they picked the Sand King, so not wanting to pick that up from themselves, a traditional Jakiro counter. And also pretty good against Skyrath because, you know, silence is long and purges are good.
Yes, I think they just don't want them to... If they don't want Legion themselves, they definitely don't want Skyrath Legion. That is a brutal combo. Just walking around the map one-shotting everybody. So,
and I think you're hesitant to put Legion into Sky because like, oh my god, if I duel, he's going to ult me. But then you just have to play Legion slightly differently. You're not a bloodthirsty duel everyone you see kind of target. You pick too greedy a cause in mid and off lane, and you play kind of a supporty build Legion where you get the shard exactly on 20 minutes. You stand back, you protect your cause. And then you duel once the Skyrath ult is down or something like that. I think everyone just wants to run and get duel damage, right? If I don't have duel damage, I'm not useful. But that hero's purge is so strong.
I mean, we saw that game where Tim played a 30 or 40-minute game and ended the game with 10 duel damage. He actually fed more duel damage than he gave. And you think, right, he has failed. But no, he didn't fail because what they needed was a hard spell. That spell becomes ridiculous at level 25 with the shard. It's just probably one of the greatest spells in Dota when it's fully upgraded. My favorite game I ever played, it's actually my top hero healing done, was Legion Commander with the shard, level 25, and we had a Meepo, and I have never seen synergy stronger than that. Meepo jumps in, you make every single Meepo magic commune and have 140 attack speed, and just shred. And I did 30k healing on Legion Commander, so that was quite fun. And I didn't need to do anything. I just sat back and pressed W on Meepo. That's all I needed to do. No point going in. Grimstroke. Okay, Grimstroke Sand King. Very good combo. Obviously with Ogre, that's double Ignite, double Fire Blast. You've got double Burrow Strike as well. I mean, you've already got a pretty scary combo on the Radiant side. Definitely looking good. Beastmaster Skyrath, I guess, has that synergy. You're a big fan of Luna? What do you think about the Luna pick here?
I think Luna's falling out of meta a little bit. She's just one of those cores that just needs to farm. Like, she cannot really be that strong as a man fighter in the early game. You either don't have enough points in Eclipse or Lucent Beam to make it like really guaranteed a kill. You might be able to 1v1 someone if you catch them out of position, but really you want to be maxing out Glaives and Lunar Blessing and hitting the jungle for about 20 minutes until maybe you have like, I don't know, man to BKB, and then you can start taking fights. But a little worried at the moment. Sky Beast is going to make it quite hard for Luna to get into this game, and I think Drow's a great counter to the Luna because it provides range as well. You don't have to walk up to her. You can keep your distance. You can keep her kited. And, well, Drow might have a difficult game with Sand King jumping on her a lot, but I think once you get BKB and, you know, if you should have a Hurricane Pike or at least a Force Staff, you'll be okay.
Yes, I agree with what you said, and you play a lot of Drow and Luna. You're like, you're those sort of two of your main cores.
Any female carry hero, just put me on it.
Basically, yeah, Marcy as well. Luna definitely has that problem, doesn't she? That it's a ranged hero, but Drow is a more ranged hero, and Luna has to awkwardly walk into Drow. She's not like Anti-Mage who can blink or Juggernaut who can Omni. Yep. She's literally got to walk up to a Drow. And in order to counter Drow, you need to be within like 200 units of her or something.
Yep.
And Luna has a hard time going right on Drow's face. So, yeah, I definitely think it's a very, very clever counter. But we'll have to see, can she survive in these team fights? Hopefully. Beastmaster should make a good meat shield with his creeps as well. We'll see about that.
The Drow lane's also quite nice into the Sand King, right? Because you never really get close enough to him to be A, hit by Caustic Finale in lane, which is obviously super annoying for a melee carry, and B, the Burrow Strike, he's got to really commit a deep Burrow Strike to get to you. Now, if he has an Inkswell on him from the Grimstroke, it's going to hurt in the lane. So they do have to be careful for that. The Drow pushback is quite nice against the Grimstroke as well, because you can keep the Inkswell target away from you. But I think we've got to see how the lane's played. I think this lane can go either way. I don't think it's a bad lane for Drow. You can use the multi-shot to hit the Sand King in a Sandstorm. There's a lot of potential here. Yes, and their tower push with the Beastmaster is pretty crazy.
It is, yes. And Drow provides, obviously, Agi to all ranged heroes. They've got Skyrath and Jakiro, get some benefit from that. And Drow is still a ranged hero in the end of the day. Ranged heroes are amazing in lane, especially in the safe lane, when Sand King is a melee. So he's not going to be doing any caustic damage. Drow's not going to be sitting in the Sandstorm. And Sand King's level 1 Burrow Strike, it's like 70 damage, 1 and a bit second stun. It's not...
And really short range.
Level 1 Inkswell is also pretty rubbish. It's like a 1.1 second stun, and it does maybe 100 damage. I mean, you can't one-shot a Drow in the early game, basically.
No.
Does multicast work with Soulbind? That's a very good question. If you generate a multicast on the first soulbind target, is it a brand new trigger on the second
new
one?
instance.
Or is it the same? Yeah, is it just, oh, you 4 times both, or is it 2 chances to 4 times? Very good question, actually.
I hope we find out. That sounds quite interesting.
I would assume 2 separate ones. But then if you multicast a Lotus Orb, does it hit you back with the same spell? Like, do you get a 4 times multicast, or does it just reflect the first instance? I don't know that either, actually. Or Mirror Shield, for example.
I'm not sure, actually.
These are good questions.
Do you get hit once because it counts you... from a Mirror Shield or a Lotus, it might count as you casting the spell, in which case you don't have multicast. So you will only ever fire back 1 stun, potentially.
Yeah.
Where the Grimstroke interaction is a little bit different. It's who generates that second spell. Is it a second spell being cast from the Ogre? Which I assume it would be, because if you like Lion Finger a Death 2 targets, you get both stacks.
Yes, and if you have a mobility spell, it moves you twice, like once to the first target and once to the second target. Queen of Pain is obviously a hero that does a massive amount of magic damage, or true damage as well, pure damage. Sorry, not League of Legends player here, pure damage. But Queen of Pain also can be dismantled quite quickly. Beastmaster Skarath can blow her up. Drow Ranger with the silence can really kill a Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain can't sit there and right-click a Drow. It's not going to happen. But she can blink on Drow's face with an early BKB. So, yeah, I think Orchid BKB for the quad, blink in on Drow Ranger. Sand King goes in. You can also Inkswell Queen of Pain blink. And, yeah, you've got the potential to get some kills. But obviously it leaves the Dire open to counterpick. And they have gone for the classic mid matchup, which does favour Queen of Pain, I'm afraid. But Death Prophet's silence means Queen of Pain has to be careful about what she buys. Probably BKB at some point, but we will see. Very push lineup on the tower. You talked about Beastmaster. Now you've got Drow and you have Death Prophet. So goodbye towers.
Yeah, if they can hit a timing with the Beastmaster Death Prophet, I think they can put a lot of pressure on it to the Luna. I'm worried that Death Prophet will get bursted this game quite hard. You have Burrow Epi, Sonic Wave, and Grimstroke. You do have a lot of bursts, and even a full eclipse onto the Death Prophet, she's going to die very fast.
Yes.
She needs a BKB basically if she's going to commit to this stuff, and has to play really carefully. Hopefully it works out. I think, like you said, the Queen matchup is favoured into Death Prophet because you can't really use Spirit Siphon effectively.
No, not on a Queen of Pain, and the Shadow Strike just hurts. Obviously, Queen of Pain gets some heal from it as well. So, yeah, we'll see. I definitely don't fancy the matchup if I'm playing Death Prophet, but you have a chance because Crypt Swarm is always going to hit Queen of Pain pretty much. You can harass her too. And Shadow Strike's damage over the years has been nerfed, but they threw in this random heal mechanic, which I don't think makes up for it. So I think Quap is actually, the Shadow Strike max Quap is a lot weaker than it used to be. I think you just take the E now after maybe 1 or 2 points.
Queen has a quite good range, right? So you're not realistically going to get a lot of Shadow Strikes off without taking a Crypt Swarm to the face. So you will be trading damage quite effectively in lane.
Yes.
I think it's just going to turn into either a kill fest and they're just killing each other back and forth, or it will be quite a big farm fest in mid because they're both of them neither want to just like walk up and trade with the other.
Well, we'll have to see how the matchup goes. I think there's still a fair bit of wriggle room when it comes to skill. So we'll see. You know, like if you're out denying, let's say, as the Death Prophet, you can definitely have a level advantage over the Queen of Pain. If you're picking up the runes, like you find a regen rune at 6 minutes, let's say, that can be all that it takes. See if I can get some cameras going. I haven't had cameras for a while. Here we go, starting with none other than Super Noodles. He's hoodied up. Obviously, can't afford the heating in his room. Fair enough. It's like
everyone's like you, Jerome, and walks around in summer and winter.
Yes, that's true. But I actually do have the heating on. That's why I can sit in shorts, because, you know, I have heating in my house.
You're just willing to pay for it. Some people like Dan Raider aren't willing to pay.
The poor house, the walls, the damp. No, thank you. Like, it's a very student thing, isn't it? How
it is very student.
You never put the heating on to save a bit of money, and you've just got a permanently cold house that gets really damp. Yeah, it's a good throwback.
30 seconds to battle.
Let's see what's happening. I like the wards dropped in mid. I don't know if they saw it, but Juju dropped his ward, walked up. Maybe they don't think there's a ward now, but they can see him. Or can they? Not just yet. He's staying absolutely perfectly outside of vision. No, he's in vision now. I don't know if they clicked him. If they did, they will see that observer ward. Right now they've seen it. Already Shadow Strike leveled. They can't escape. That was a 3-man dual breath. There's a lot of fighting happening here already. I think Grimstroke should be running in. It's a 1.1 second stun.
Yeah, Grim's dead.
And
I think.
Or maybe not. Yeah, second Jewel Breath, nice one, Cocopium. And Veteran will get the kill with his war.
Yeah, interesting choice on the Drow to start the multi-shot, because obviously for lane it doesn't really do anything for you at level 1, and it now scales off Frost Arrows because they apply the damage.
Yes, you're
But
right.
a bit of AoE damage for the fight, not bad. Gives extra range as well.
I'd take it for if we were going to have a level 1 fight, and I mean, they got the kill. Who picked up the first play? Yes, it was Veteran. I think it's one of those things that happens because Inkswell is a very strangely scaling ability. A 3.5 second stun, you feel like you're never getting out of it, but it starts at 1.1. I don't know many spells that scale in stun this dramatically, but level 1, I think it is never, ever, ever better than Stroke of Fate level 1. Stroke of Fate is more damage, a much longer slow, or not a long slow, but a much more intense slow than a 1.1 second stun. But anyway, he'll pay the price for that. I'll look at bot lane. Anything exciting happening? Tim being harassed, but he's playing Ogre, so probably doesn't mind too much. Very good hero to just soak up Skywrath's damage.
Yeah, not a great hero for killing Boar though. Luna isn't too bad because of Lucent Beam, but you don't really want to be overcommitting for a Boar, and you just get slowed by the Skywrath W and just run out by Beastmaster.
Oh,
so they will be clearing them up.
38
yeah, Veteran
gold.
needs to be careful. They have a long cooldown and they give a lot of gold, so you need to make sure you're not feeding boars in this lane.
I did not realise the bounty of level 1 boars quite so high, because a lot of summons start with low bounties and end up much higher, but 38 gold at level 1, and like you said, the first boar only has 300 HP, but then it jumps straight up to 450, and then it's a bit more unkillable. Wow, they're putting a lot of damage in. Tim even dropping the Fire Blast. Nat can't quite get the kill, but Veteran's going to have to salve up. So really nice play. A Luna Ogre is a great lane. I like that. Give a bit of extra right-click damage to the Ogre. He's already a tanky sort of, body. And you've got Bloodlust later, which is what Luna absolutely loves. More move speed, more attack speed.
Yeah, I mean, typically you like pairing a ranged support with Luna to make real advantage of the aura, because you can get a lot more auto attacks in much easier. But Ogre's tanky enough to kind of just waddle in and throw away some HP for trading hits. At level 2 of the aura at scale is 300%, so it's a lot of extra damage. You go from 5 to 15.
There are a few spells like that they just don't want to make too overpowered at level 1. The ones I can think of are Battery Assault, that goes up more than double damage.
Yeah.
There's a few others where the rank 2 of the spell is so much higher than the rank 1. I'm trying to think what other spells there are. I always remember Battery Assault, but I'm sure there's more. I think Phoenix's Fire Spirits do that.
I mean, Shadow Strike also kind of doubles in damage. It's like twice as good at level 2. So actually putting 2 points in the Shadow Strike for the lane and then maxing your other spells isn't a bad option.
Quite a few spells have the double, which is always nice, and level 3 is so good. But there's the odd spell, which is more than double. And yeah, as you said, the Lunar Blessing goes from 5 to 15 bonus damage, which is pretty insane. But only level 2 Lunar at the moment. But look at the rundown. Kinder has no mana. Tim says, right-click me if you want. I've got 50% chance to block 18 damage, or however much it is. And I have, how much health regen? 6.5. That is a lot of health regen. And still got 3 tangos and a salve and a stick. So they're going to have a hard time harassing Tim out the lane. I like it.
And now it's killed another boar. I mean, every boar is like an extra range creep in the lane.
Pretty much. I don't know what the XP bounty is, but oh no, that's in a lot of trouble. I mean, all he's got is boars. There goes the Fire Blast. That takes the kill. He had 2 points of Lunar Blessing, so 15 more damage. And yeah, nice. Nice Luna game. Really good start. Obviously, we've got to think about what the Drow is doing. Pretty decent farm on the Drow, highest at the moment. So very even. Not going to get a kill in this lane, I think, if you're playing the Dire. Just wants to farm as much as possible.
Yeah, I think the Sand King, you can see they're trading last hits pretty evenly. I think at level 6, maybe Sand King needs to be a little bit more afraid.
Yes, well, it's just hard because the right-click damage coming out from Drow becomes ridiculous at 6. It's just it doesn't cost any mana, so it's a free chance to do 40 bonus damage. Also, you get 30% agi. Out comes the like you said, the multi-shot, but it doesn't hit Sand King because you can't see him, so he just hides in the corner. I mean, I would expect him to be hiding in the corner, to be honest. But yeah, it's obviously a guess. They don't have any sentries down. Well, they do have a sentry, but Cocopium has not yet placed it. Bot lane, a bit of another fight. Not taking quite a lot of damage, but seems to be okay. Just hit level 4, so another point Lucent Beam, or is he going to start the glaives now?
I wonder if he's going to go Lucent Beam because he's in a lane where there's a lot of fighting, but I would just go the glaives. I think no matter how good your lane is on Luna, you want to go hit jungle, get the lane to your support as soon as you can. Usually comes around, I think that's going to go for treads, but even just a Morbid Mask, you can do it. You just need the glaives to do it, though.
He's got nothing at the moment. He's still not skilled. Holding the point. Maybe just to see what happens. No, now he's got glaives. Rank 1 glaives, not too bad. 3 bounces. Always nice. There you go, a little bit of extra damage. Unfortunately, the bounces are reduced by damage block. So on melee heroes, if they proc the block, you basically do no damage in the early game. Usually went the build I like. 2 points Shadow Strike, 2 points Screen of Pain.
Yeah, ultimate online out for Queen Pain and for Death Prophet.
Bot lane again.
Look
at Tim. Level 3 veteran. Another bot. That boar. Oh my god. Okay, I've just realised the bounty range on boars is quite significant. The first one he killed at level 1 was 38 gold. That one was 26. I mean, why is it so varied? Doesn't make any sense.
Or do they go down in bounty and they get cheaper and cheaper?
That would be a very interesting buff to leveling up the skill. Yep. The last one is free and no gold. I've never thought about that. That's really weird. Okay, learning more about Dota. Dota has so many obscurities. You'd never be able to learn them all.
I'll look up the actual value though.
Yeah, please do. I then press, what button is it? Not F11, that's my pause button. F10. Get these broadcaster toasts up and you can throw the message in for us.
That's my console, F11, F10.
Oh, is it F10?
I see, okay.
Tim, he's taking a lot of damage. Can Kinder get him? I don't think so. Ooh, 120 health Tim was on with magic resistance. Level 2 Arcane Bolt was enough. It's only 95 damage, 1.4 times in. He does have a null talisman. That's an impressive kill.
I love how Kinder's solution to the Ogre bit having a lot of HP regen is just do more damage.
Yeah, well, it works, right?
Null talisman, shipping out clarities. I mean, he's guzzling regen here to keep himself in this lane because they do have a lot of sustain.
Look
and now he's going to very soon have the Morbid Master.
Look at the stacks. This is insane. I mean, you can't clear it on Skywrath Beastmaster, right? Top lane, there was a kill. They did find the draw eventually, but then bot lane... Oh, mid lane, sorry. Noodles finds a kill without using Exorcism or Silence, which is obviously very odd. It probably means Juju was just staying in lane far too long. And we don't have any follow-up for the Kinder, so we will be okay. He has 2 null talismans and another clarity. So, like you said, just as much damage as possible.
Yeah, the Grim's gone 2-0-2, which I think is the right thing to do. Try and get as much range on the Sand King so he can
I like it. Very aggressive. All he did get, the Sand King doing a lot of damage to him. He has to stun him, but look at the damage. I would love to see how many caustics there were, because just they have to pause from the shock of it.
Okay, they have a salve on the Jakiro, so the drow will be okay. But yeah, I don't think she expected that much damage.
Where's Miles' cam gone? He crashed. So no camera.
Miles.
Yeah, that's a shame. Big burst damage. And they didn't even commit Epi. They had Epicenter. I think he could have used it. He did have it. But Drow will escape. Like you said, there is a salve, but Drow has not got 6 yet. You want to hit 6 first, but unfortunately it didn't happen. And surprisingly, Miles is also level 5, so the Radiant have quite an XP lead in the top lane. So they've done a good job. On for like
I'm a little worried that Luna's having a very good game. I mean, she's a flash farmer, right? The more she gets in lane, the faster she'll farm in the jungle in the mid game.
Yes,
and you kind of need the Beastmaster to be doing well. He's going for the Helm of the Dominator build, so he's going to hopefully have that soon. But he's level 4. The Luna is nearly level 6.
Is there
the XP difference in this lane? I mean, it's not like Tim's given the Luna a lot of XP. Tim is level 4 as well.
Yes, Tim's been in the lane most of the time, doing a few stacks, which is good. But Beastmaster will be okay. He's a very strong hero. He farms incredibly quickly once he gets the Helm of the Dominator up, and he is nearly there. The kill potential, just the threat in lane, triples when he gets Helm of the Dominator. I don't know if you've ever had to play against 8 or 9 minute Helm where suddenly there's a creep in lane which has like a million extra stats. It is so hard to deal with it.
Yeah,
so
it's not fun.
I've played
Although Luna, one of the few cores who's actually very good at deal with it.
In the later on, I think early game it can be a little bit tricky. Rank 1 Lucent Beam and, not a lot of damage. But yeah, late game she's great against Sue. Then what is happening here?
They just come down to how we clear the stack.
I mean, I'd almost be tempted to Sonic Wave this, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
They know it's here. Veteran's just running at him. Got to be careful.
They should just wait.
The XP.
Yeah, I was going to say they're going to lose all the XP if they just do this with the Beastmaster nearby.
Oh, Noodles has got the right out there. Yeah, Haste Rune and the Exorcism. I mean, at this point, I would just take the stack. Oh, Juju's not got Blink. They dropped the Sonic Wave. There's not going to be enough damage. Juju has to just run away. Eclipse is probably the worst spell in the game with rank 1 Lucent Beam.
Yep.
So it does
It's basically negative damage, I
I mean,
think.
it's like one Lucent Beam in total. Oh no, the courier's going to go for Kinder's surprise, but Kinder finds a kill. Level 4 Kinder just murdered under a tower and under 3 heroes. A mid-lane Queen of Pain. I mean, that is incredible. That is worth it if anything is. And the stack's gone, I think. Did Noodles take quite a bit of it? He might have done.
Yeah,
So
I assume
nice.
he mopped it up with the Exorcism and the Crypt Swarms, but I think Veteran's in trouble now as well.
Yeah,
as the
level
Constructs
5.
hit down.
Goodbye. And Tim just thwacks it, yeah. So that's nice. Obviously, when you have a tri-lane situation, the 25 bonus damage for everyone, very nice. It's a lot of damage if you max that spell first. I don't think a lot of Lunars max it first. Don't you tend to get Glaze maxed out before you max out the Lunar Blessing? Don't know.
I never really done the maths on it. Obviously, the Lunar Blessing means that your base glaive will do more damage, but the Moon Glaives will mean that your glaives do more damage, and obviously the damage reduction comes down as well. I tend to go 3-3
Right.
instead of maxing out the Blessing like Nat's done here.
Yeah,
I would usually go. I'd usually level them equally, I think. It's probably an optimal leveling.
Yeah, I was going to say, someone's done the maths, right? Because you're hitting creep camps, and obviously Glaives first is good if you want to head over to take the 17 ancient stacks that your team's prepared for you. But if you don't have that, then I guess it depends. Obviously in the pro scene, the ancients are much more contested. It's all about the ancients, because once you can take ancients, you can jump up like 2k net worth immediately. And by immediately, I mean it takes a minute to clear them, but it's still worth 2k gold a minute. And Veteran does have Helm of the Dominator gold in, what, about 175? So that would definitely help us pushing. He does have his ultimate, though. And, of course, Skywrath somehow hit 6 at the same time as Veteran. That's actually perfect. Because those two spells put together, I mean, that is anyone on the map dead. So they just need to combine them. But Veteran's just having free reign of this tower. Got the Hawk under it. What do Radiant want to do? They don't want to stop him. Or
yeah, I feel like you're scared of the raw Skywrath, though. You're gonna rotate your Sand King down here, but one raw, he just dies straight away. Do they know he's here? It's like Kinder's hunting.
Jabate doesn't know that there's Kinder, but of course Kinder does know. Raw. Oh, so he literally lifted his axes up because apparently that's necessary to raw.
It's a big raw. If it was a little raw, you wouldn't need to do it. It's a big raw.
Shout.
I did look up the boar gold bounty, and actually, ironically, it's 26 to 38. So we saw both the max and the min value back to back.
That's quite incredible.
Well, I guess by the law of averages, that's like perfect rolls, right?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, interesting. Just have a look at the net worth. Haven't looked at that yet. 5k gold on Noodles. He's had a very good game. He hasn't died. He's killed the Queen of Pain. Not taken a tower yet. Oh, there we go. There's the raw. There's the combo, and goodbye. That is, those two spells are almost so overkill. 750
It's the perfect
damage.
way to do it, actually. Initiate with the silence instead of the Beastmaster Roar, because if you can do it from fog, the silence is instant.
Yes, 3-second silence. Also adds 30% more magic damage. It's nearly an E-Blade level at that point, and that's rank 1. And then Mystic Flare, which has been buffed over the years, 750 magic damage. It's one of those special spells that it doesn't scale into late game. It only does a raw amount of damage, but the raw amount is so high it can still kill people even at level 25. Oh, they get the stun right at the end of the ink spell, right on the edge. The stun was like 1/10 of a second, but it was still enough to cancel the TP. Then Juju comes in, throws out the Sonic Wave. That's a nice kill.
Yeah, especially when you get the carry killing the other one, it's just an amazing trade, because your carry's going to keep farming in there, sat on the sidelines.
Yeah,
I expect the Drow Ranger now will come bottom, though, over the Beastmaster with the Helm Creep. I reckon this tier 1 tower is pretty dead. Sand King went for a Veil before a Blink Dagger, so they're not really great initiation yet.
Oh, interesting. I thought he would have gone the Veil afterwards, but I guess he wants to maximise his damage. They try to get a kill onto Noodles, but he's already got the Yules. He turns around. I think he's going to be okay. He's got 5 stick charges. Yeah, Tim's in a lot of trouble. He's also stealing some HP. Noodles very low, but still okay. Burning to death. Did get the ultimate up within the Arcane Rune. That is very nice to have in the early game. And we talking about
it's a bit of a waste, though, isn't it? The Exorcism, he uses it defensively. I think it does 0 damage. I mean, you heal off it, I guess. He heals off it.
I thought he was going to try for tier 1, but I guess he can't, scared of Juju. And we were talking about how low level Veteran is. He's now nearly one of the highest levels, or he was for a moment. So quite a turnaround for him. Really nice. But of course, the most free farming here in the game, still Nat.
Level 10, over 100 last hits. Death Prophet not far behind though, actually. Only just hitting 100 last hits now.
Yeah, actually just ahead there, which is nice because he's also got 2 kills. Going for Boots of Travel. I like Boots of Travel on Death Prophet because then you can just run around with Exorcism at 8 trillion move speed, which is always nice. There used to be a move speed talent, but they took it away when they buffed her base move speed again. So she doesn't have that anymore.
Doesn't... No. Is it on the shard or something? No, I swear they have the haste talent somewhere.
No, haste talent's gone. Haste talent's gone.
It just gives movement speed now.
There used to be a haste talent as well as that, you know, because it made you immune to slow as well as being set to 550. They removed that talent completely, but 20-second less Spirit Siphon recharge time is amazing. I don't know what the cooldown usually is. Does it say? I think Drow is in a lot of trouble. Massive dive, nice ice bar for cover, but it's not going to be enough. A lot of jump potential
here as well.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, I actually don't think that's bad call. You don't know who's nearby. You just have to get it out quick. And they lost the bot town. Veteran is sitting here. He's dusted. Debate Mel. Can you get the roar up in time? No, the epicenter just lands. Veteran realizes this and dies. That is a shame because it was nearly... That's... Sam, what is this about?
He didn't even use the veil. There was another
did he not? Why
18% damage that could have got on top of that.
That's a lot of damage. I mean, that was nearly perfect. I actually thought he got it off. Look at Kinder. Just says goodbye, GG. Kinder is so good at this hero. I mean, he is a force to be reckoned with. And the Dire, they are cleaning up. They're about to get a kill on Tim as well. I don't know why they used him. Maybe to cancel the TP. Didn't quite see. So the kill in bot lane on Veteran is avenged with 3 kills there. And I love the fact that a level 11 Queen of Pain jumps onto Kinder and Kinder says, well, goodbye. Don't even have Atos. Don't need Atos. Why buy Atos? Just press it on their face. Simple as that. You've got a slow.
Queen does have an Orchid now, and I don't know whether she blinked in with it or without it, but yeah, you cannot blink in on the Skyroth without an Orchid at this point.
Yes,
he will just turn around and kill you.
Orchid is a defensive item in that sort of way. Once you've silenced the Skyroth, he cannot do anything to you. There's the blink. It's revealed. Juju goes in as well. Big damage. Juju is only level 10, though. They immediately get 1 kill. Kinder on an absolute rampage. He's 5-1-0 on this Skyrath. I mean, he's got the most kills in the game. He's not got a single assist. The only hero to have no assists, which is quite funny. And yeah, I mean, Juju is really struggling. This level 10 Queen of Pain, lower than the Sand King, lower than the Luna, and lower than the Death Prophet.
The damage onto Veteran from the
I know, that is incredible. I mean, max rank Stroke of Fate going through, you know, a huge creep wave and some spawn creeps. It's very good against Zoo. And we talked about timings. It's been quite a back and forth game at the moment. But the one thing that you can see from the map, barely any towers have gone. 60 minutes into the game, most towers are up. So the push lineup, not really getting that sort of early death ball status. They're going to have to wait till late game. It looks like there's a chase. No.
Looking for Drow.
She's gone. She's out there. Nope, she's not. Debate Mo's in, and goodbye. So much burst damage on their team. I suppose the Veil is a really nice item to have when you have Queen of Pain, because Queen of Pain has so much base damage and also pure damage. So
all 5 of the Radiant heroes are just spell damage in the early game.
Tim's going to go down. Oh, yes, Tim does die. He actually dies to the Jewel, but I thought it was going to be okay. Noodle's taking a lot of damage, but he does have the Yules. There's the Silence. Look at the burst damage. Macro Pyre plus Mystic Flare. So much damage. Got nothing. Sanky's got nothing on that.
Well, that is rough. I think it's BKB time, don't you? Yep, BKB instantly queued up.
Do you know what? If I was playing Queen of Pain, I was thinking about saying this in the draft, but I wasn't sure. I think you're dead, aren't you? Little cute Tumblr's toy. And there's no way you're escaping. Sorry, Miles. Time for you to go back to base. Oh, actually. Oh, come on. If he got away, that would have been awesome. I was going to say, if I was playing Queen of Pain this game, I might actually have just gone BKB, maybe like double Null Talisman for some early game damage and just BKB. Because, oh my god, do you need it? Once you've got BKB up, the Dire team, they lose a lot. They've still got Beastmaster Roar and Drow right clicks. They've still got Death Prophet Exorcism. In fact, their team comp is very well covered. That's an amazing draft. I'm impressed.
It's just all kind of shoulders on Nat right now. He is keeping up in the farm. He is still ahead of this Death Prophet who's running around killing everyone. It's just when does Luna hit a timing that's strong enough for them to take these fights? They do have the Blink Sand King, so they have good initiation and burst potential. It's just, can you get Nat into these fights? He's going for the Manta, so if he goes for BKB after this, it's still going to take, 4, 5, 6 minutes of constant farming.
I mean, it's what, 4,050 gold BKB. And BKB has this very funny effect, which is when you need it, it becomes the hardest 4,000 gold to farm of your entire life. Every single time it's like, guys, I can't fight, I need BKB. Then you inevitably fight, you die, and you go, guys, I can't fight, I need BKB. And you repeat this for about the next 15 minutes, and then you lose. So I don't know, I'd be tempted to just get BKB on Luna. Maybe Yasha BKB, or I'll maybe even leave it. I mean, you've got Mask of Madness and Dragonlance, you hit pretty hard, but we'll see. Maybe he's going to get some farm.
A lot of Lunas have been skipping Manta completely. They kind of just go Mask of Madness, Dragonlance, BKB, Skadi, and just completely skipping Manta style.
I guess if you need to be online a bit earlier, Manta is great for even like further accelerating your farm, which I think is what he's thinking. But yes, if you want to be online early, I mean, you can't fight without BKB, right? You can, I guess, but you don't want to. You want that BKB. That's your strength.
So they thought the Manta was enough to go in for a fight, but the smoke has been either scouted by the Hawk potentially, but everyone is on the other side of the map. No one is top other than the Jakira, who's hiding in the tree lane.
They smoked under vision. Karen spotted.
Yeah,
vision is insane.
They used to have they had a ward where the Radiant ward is. They had one on the cliff as well, and they have the Hawk up at the tower.
They've got wards literally everywhere, but they're diving under the tier 1. I don't think that's great. They're very split up. Tim is going to go down. I think they might be chasing Miles. I don't know if they can catch him. I think they might do. Yeah, they found him. Little Tumblr's toy escape, but unfortunately, Exorcism is way too strong to TP out of.
I'll just go here, Roche.
Yeah, I mean,
you've got the Exorcism going.
How much time have you got on it? Probably about 10 seconds. Yeah, with Beastmaster, Helm of the Overlord. He's coming in to take a creep. Unfortunately, there are no creeps, but when it respawns, he will have an Overlord creep. Not only is it an ancient creep, but it has 400 move speed. Is Coco been blocking the camp on purpose? Yeah. Was that? Was there a reason for that?
No, he's actually blocked it.
Oh, okay. I know they don't want to farm it, but didn't Veteran want to take a creep? I don't know.
Was a ping.
Maybe. Because the thing
now there's a ping from that, like they've blocked it. Look at this control of this triangle.
That is great.
That is great. Here, but they have full vision right now.
Just take something else with the Overlord creep. It's low cooldown. It does set the HP to 1800, so any creep you take is tanky. But if you can take an ancient creep with plus 80 damage, 12 health regen, 8 armor, I mean, it is a beast in the early game. And you're giving it 45 attack speed. It's a shame you can't take catapults anymore. A mid lane rotation. Do they have any way to get to Nat? I'm guessing a Blink Dagger comes next on Veteran, and that seems to be what he is building, so I like that. But look at the level on Super Noodles. He has had such a great game. He is 508, no deaths. Highest level. Nearly got a BKB.
No
well, I love that I just said that. And a second later he does. No, he's okay. He's okay. He did get the silence off. Oh, he didn't use himself. He should have used himself. If only he used himself, he would have actually been fine there for a little bit. But I think he was going down. And sorry that I got you killed. But oh, well done. And Veteran's going to go down next. So Radiant, they come back strong. You know, that they definitely are a force to be reckoned with too. They've got good team fighting potential. Tim seems to be continuing to dive. Even the tier 1 tower, he doesn't mind tanking it. You know, he's nearly dying to the ancient black dragon, really. Kokokin throws out a lot of damage. Actually gets the final bit of damage to get the kill on Tim. Very impressive. Where's the black dragon gone? No, it's retreating away. And the mid tower will go down. Very nice fight for the Radiant, though. They're actually ahead in net worth now. Nat with about 2,000 gold lead. So we're talking about that BKB. He's over halfway to it now. So he'll be okay.
We're seeing a lot of impact from the Luna. The Drow is yet to join a fight, and I think she's thinking that if I walk in, I'm just going to get gone on by the Sand King and blown up, because you don't have much health on the Drow.
No, 1,400 is not a high amount. Only 1,700 on Luna, but that's still a fair bit more. BKB is not coming that close to the Drow either, so it's going to be a tough game. Ooh, they're ready to go in. Miles just going in.
I think he was trying to glimmer away, and I think he realized he wasn't going to get anywhere, so he's now running for his life.
I think Sam was, or Debatema, he was really, really thinking about it. He thought, okay, maybe I'll go in. This could be good. This could be good. I was actually tempted to myself if I was playing Sand King. He did even have a haste rune, so he definitely could have made the distance. But then he decided, okay, maybe not. Just let Miles die, which is fair enough. He's a low-level support. He'll be up soon. No problem. Toss yet on Skyrath, he is about 150 gold away from it. And then he will be coming for you. Does Queen of Pain have anything yet? BKB still not up. We are looking at these BKBs, aren't we? No BKBs yet.
A lot of them are going to come up at the same time. The Quap is almost there. The Luna's almost there. Drow is getting there. The furthest behind, but still a encroaching in on it.
Death Prophet, basically.
Death Prophet as well, about to pick one up. So yeah, we're going to get 4 BKBs on mids and safe laners pretty much at the same time in the same fight.
That's going to change the fight massively. But I think, I can't tell who's actually better off because of it. I think the Dire have a lot of damage that goes through BKB, but because Drow's not really super online, it maybe doesn't matter. But they do have Beastmaster Brawl, and they have Exorcism. Exorcism is so much physical damage.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
On the other side, you have the Sonic Wave, so there is a little bit of anti-BKB damage you can use, but
Luna as well. Just
would
right
say
clicking.
overall, yeah, fight over BKB, I think would go to the Dire's favor. If they can take it around Roche, I'd like to see them take the Roche pit, go into Roche when they can. Their lineup is definitely stronger at this point in the game, and they need to utilize it.
It's very close at the moment, though. Gold is 2,000 gold in Radiant's favor, but Drow is going to get killed immediately, and maybe not. No, they don't see. They see the multi-shot.
They see the multi-shot.
But
yeah.
do they do anything?
Miles almost dies to
it. Does it? Oh, yeah, they found a goodbye. Immediately gets killed. Not with the team. The only person not with the team. But Dire still want to fight this. Noodle's going to drop his ult. He drops it in the Arcane Rune as well. 1 BKB. They drop the Roar. If I was Noodles, I'd be hugging that. But he doesn't. Noodles is running around. Still got the BKB up. So he's not too worried about the Eclipse. The Eclipse will get 1 kill. Out comes a Sonic Wave, though. Nat doing an absolute ton of damage. Can Super Noodles get the kill on Nat? No, he's really scared. This Luna has hit her timing. These right clicks really, really strong. I mean, Nat just stood there and just tore everyone apart with the right clicks. And the Dire, they'd already lost their Drow. It's pretty much always a 4 versus 5. Noodles has also overestimated how strong he is. But he may just find a random kill in debate now for no apparent reason. So that's a little consolation prize.
Yeah, I'd definitely say thank you for that. It's the hesitance I feel like when people win a fight that no one thinks about Roche. Everyone's just like, we want to fight, what do we do? Let's split up and go for more kills, or let's dive some more. It's like, no, don't go towards the objective. Kill the objective.
Tier 2 or Roche. You had 2 options, and they chose the secret option 3.
Sand King goes and feeds.
Yeah, run and die. And then everyone goes back to their own jungle and farms like 1 more camp. Yeah, I mean, Roche is... The fact that Roche has been up for 25 minutes when the teams have like a Beastmaster and a Drow and a Death Prophet, they have so much Roche damage.
Yeah, and I think it was really Dire to take the first Roche. Every minute that ticks on now, Radiant look more likely to be able to take it. They take a good fight near the Roche pit. They're in there with Luna, and Queen of Pain even does, considerable damage to Roche as well. She's not, a weak right-clicker Queen. I think people forget. I think there was a DPC game recently where the Queen has Satanic AC, and actually, I did it recently as well. It's really strong.
Yeah, I've always liked
It's so hard to kill.
I built it a lot on Quap Satanic because, you've got some nice talents, 20 damage and 30 attack speed. You're going to buy Treads. That's attack speed.
Yep.
Orchid actually is a great right-clicker item. 20 int, 30 damage, so it's 50 damage, 25 attack speed. Yes, you're not buying, Daedalus, Mjolnir, or any of those pure right-clicking items, but you definitely hit hard. And either team can take Roche, right? Tim's also providing a lot of attack speed, 60 attack speed. But no, it's remember, it's team deathmatch, not objective-based gaming. It's like kids playing Call of Duty. It's like, oh, there was an objective? No. Kills. Oh, no, this time,
just trying to cut the wave.
This time actually gets out. It goes all the way back to base. I'm surprised you went right back to base rather than maybe to the outpost or something. But...
I mean, this was the perfect. They're all bottom go Roche call. They have the Death Prophet already there, but they're like, no, let's just get a tier 1. Are they going to use the Exorcism though? Are they thinking of going to tier 2? I think they want to try and trade aggressively.
Okay. I mean, yes, when you've got Beastmaster and Death Prophet, you absolutely want every trade possible. So, 400 health talent for the Death Prophet. Noodles doesn't quite know how the spirits work because he's keeping considerable distance from the tower. Alright, it's going to be a fight. Jamaica goes in. They've got the stun. Inkswell. A lot of damage on Copium, but look at the damage. Not enough to kill Sankin because he does have his own Yules. I think Kind is going to be dismounted. He's playing Skyrath after all. Very, very squishy hero. They don't have Drow. Another 4 versus 5 fight. Is Veteran going to escape? What? Drop the Sonic Wave? Wow, that was a bit greedy, but Nat was there. Does have the Lucent Beam. They don't have the Drow. Drow is never in these fights. Whereas Luna, always in the fight. 6-0-5, and finally, 27 minutes into the game, a team consider taking this objective.
And as we said, it's going to be Radiant where I think Dire really missed a chance. They went for a tier 1 and a greedy tier 2. Just take Roche. You're literally stood next to him with your Death Prophet. Just hit Exo and walk in. What are they going to do when you see them all bottom hitting your tier 1 tower?
Exo is great for Roche as well because you have the Spirits already giving you a lot of damage and all the healing. So if they come to contest you, and Exorcism just comes and heals you to full, very hard to kill Death Prophet. They've managed to actually bully them off Roche, which is amazing because their level 16 Drow just cast 1 multi-shot and they were like, well, but better leave, I suppose. But level 21 Luna, who has 7,000 more net worth than the Drow Ranger. But yeah, Luna was too scared. Nearly got Satanic, actually. So over a whole item ahead. No BKB yet. Oh, no, there is BKB yet. Just no Manta yet on the Drow.
Yeah, I think it just went for a casual Yasha. Going back for the Manta, though. I'm not sure I love it this game, to be honest. I mean, what are you purging? I guess it helps destroy the bug from Grimstroke, but I feel like at this point the Manta's just a bit too late. You really need to be going to a bigger item.
Yeah, it does give a decent amount of damage, Manta style, but yeah, I think you are looking for some of the core items.
I always feel whenever I build it after 25 minutes, I feel like it doesn't have the value that it did before. I mean, on Luna, it's great because you can use it to split push, and when you're farming, you can have your illusions farm the lanes and your hero farming the jungle, but you can't really do that on Drow. You don't have AoE wave clear like Luna does.
Yeah,
and at this point now, you're not building it to farm because you want to be fighting.
It's fight time. I think I'd be thinking of Skadi on the Drow. Skadi and the Shard means Luna is not going to do any healing whatsoever. They go back to Roche, but Noodles is just running in. Does have his own BKB, so he's going to be fine. Nat is hurting Roche as well, but Noodles is standing right on top of Nat, which is good. He should commit hard onto Nat. Hug him. Hug him. The Roche just goes down. The Aegis is just sitting there. Copium takes. He got a Jakiro Aegis. Is Noodles going to be okay? He's doing a lot of damage. Yes, he is going to be fine. Jabemo, he gets silenced halfway through his cast. Finally a fight where Drow is engaged and does not die. And I think Tim is going to go down. Look at the safe distance being kept up by the Drow Ranger. Out comes the Sun. Jabemo trying to get the kill. Actually does get the full Epi off. And of course, Epi persists after you're dead. So we'll find a kill on the Drow Ranger. And that was an incredible fight. See if we can have a quick replay of that. There was a lot to catch. And my favourite part about this is there's still a Jakiro with the Aegis.
Yeah.
Which is great. So
I didn't see what Roche died to in the end then, because there was obviously no cause of it hitting it.
It was Macropire. It was, you can see the multi-shot goes through. Just random stuff kind of hits it. And Copium goes, well, I probably ought to take this. Very, very close to Drow dying, but just managed to get enough damage off to kill the Luna. And after that, it was a good win for them. So very nice play. The good thing is for Copium is he was one of the lowest level heroes in the game. Now he doesn't have to worry about being dived. No easy kill on him. And the Macropire is doing a lot of damage in these fights, like really a lot of damage. You can't ignore it. It doesn't.
It's like really subtle damage as well, isn't it? Yeah, because you don't feel like, oh crap, I'm dying to Macropire until it's already killed you.
Yeah, you go, oh, I stood in that a bit and I've taken, what, 1,500 damage? Whoops. Yeah, Jakiro is a very powerful support. More damage than you really realise. And I always think those level 10 talents from Jakiro, they're quite hard to decide from, because 325 attack rate is incredible. There's a bit of a... Okay, Kindle's just going to go down. Not looking good for the Dire. And yeah, Supernova is in a lot of trouble. He's just going to run. He pops the BKB, but I don't think he can man-fight a Luna with the Satanic when he doesn't have his ultimate. I think he's just got to leave. He does have his ultimate. Sorry, my mistake. But he can't get the distance onto Nat. And Nat is just going to right-click, drops the Satanic. Noodles, is he going to go down? He's one of the fastest heroes ever. He's about to heal from Exorcism. No, he just gets burst, but they do get a kill. Lot of damage coming out now from the Drow Ranger. Triple kill for Drow. Nat is hiding in the trees. He does have Eclipse, waiting for the BKB to go off. I'm amazed that Dire somehow turned that around. It looks so bad from them. They instantly lost Kinder. What is Nat thinking about doing with no BKB? Come on, Nat.
He knows the Drow doesn't have a BKB, and the Jakiro isn't that much of a threat with the Satanic, so I think they're going to look. I think Tim's baiting pretty well here.
Don't try that.
Yeah,
oh, it's going to go. Really? We're about to find out. Maybe. Okay. No, you're right.
This is great.
The fact that he killed... he killed Copium instantly, and the Aegis was gone. I didn't realise the Aegis went. That was my mistake.
He must have lost it in the fight, because it's definitely not been 4 minutes since Roche.
Yeah, I didn't think so. No, you're right. He did. He ran in. There was Manta on the Drow, but the Lucent Beams hit hard enough from Eclipse, and he knew what he was doing. I certainly did. I doubted it. But I didn't know that.
You don't need BKB when you have Manta and Satanic against them, because like the Drow's never going to be able to do enough DPS to kill you through Satanic, and the Jakiro just died to the Eclipse, so it didn't really matter.
That's true. Did go.
You get hit by Dual Breath and the Liquid Fire, you can just purge it off.
100 Lucent Beam damage is a massive talent. That's 33% more damage on Eclipse. So how many beams does it fire? 18 beams. Oh, that's Scepter totally. 12 beams.
It's 5 per target. Yeah, the Scepter will uncap it, but maximum 5.
So 1500.
An extra 500 damage if you hit the same target.
2,000 damage. So 2,000 damage. 2,000 magic damage. That's a lot of damage, right? And then you're also doing 2,000 damage again to another target.
Yeah.
That's when there's only 2 heroes. I mean, you're going to blow through those Mantle Illusions. Drow is not a tanky hero. 2,000 HP. Trying to go for Shadow Blade, interestingly enough. Followed by what looks like a Satanic. Okay, yeah, I mean, they have to have detection. You can walk away from the Eclipse. Do they have a gem? You got some dust on the Sand King. That's definitely going to be good, but there is no gem yet.
I do really worry now for Dire, though. I mean, we do see them taking some pretty nice fights. I think Dan is like becoming super hard to kill. We saw him in that bottom fight tank a lot of stuff, and he almost managed to get away, but he wasn't able to in the end. His BKB has run down a lot now, so when he pops, he needs to do a lot with 6 seconds, or he's going to get killed.
Yeah, BKB going down is not good for Death Prophet because Death Prophet needs that long, prolonged uptime. He does have the Shivas, is nice. He's going to need to pick up another item or so, though he does seem to be going Shard. Shard definitely good once the BKBs wear off, because you can just man fight the Luna, because you can basically constantly fear, because you can literally just fear, like Spirit Siphon again, Spirit Siphon again. You spend half the time in fear. It's very, very annoying to deal with. But Nat is level 25. Do you remember when Luna had a 30% lifesteal talent? That was quite nice.
Oh, yeah.
But instead, it's 35 Luna Blessing, which is, 35 free damage. But your team also get the damage.
Yeah, for everyone. I mean, you don't have a lot of right-clickers. The co-op will be like, thank you. But other than that, no one else is really right-clicking all that much. Maybe they're tanking a couple of times, but I feel like it sits in Sandstorm most of the time.
Cocopium in trouble. Oh, I hear the exorcism. It's popped. Death Prophet.
It's running the wrong way.
Yeah, well, Tim is a little bit on the dead side, and they still have Exorcism up. It's up for a very long time. So I think you try and push the tower. You know the Agi that's coming from the Drow Ranger? That's actually incredible for a hero like Death Prophet. I know she doesn't right-click a lot, but 75 Agi is a lot of armor. That's like 10 armor or something. 10 armor for free, just by being near your Drow. That's really nice. 10 armor for the Sky. I think he's on 17 armor. Cocopium, 27 armor. What a ridiculous aura. I mean, providing that Drow doesn't get insta-killed, of course.
Yep.
And you lose everything the second someone goes within 400 range of you. That hero needs to be more range than any other hero in the game. More than Sniper, more than Blinks, more than Luna. It doesn't matter. You've got to stay your range when you're playing Drow.
Yeah, you do forget that she's still a right-click carry at the end of the game, and you can still do a ton of damage. But if you're trying to man-fight the enemy core, you definitely do not want to be on their toes.
Yes. You lose
especially 50%. As you said, you lose a lot of armor, which is a lot of your tankiness.
You lose almost everything. I mean, 50% agility you get bonus, and that goes straight away when you go in her face. Agi gain on Drow is fairly mediocre, 2.9. So it does rely on those free buffs of Agi. Let's have a look at the levels. Levels are pretty close, only one level 25. The main difference is just how far ahead this Luna is. Really far ahead, about 10,000 gold ahead. Has a Satanic now and going for a Skadi. Going to be a very, very scary hero to deal with when the Satanic comes up. The Skadi. Yeah, but I mean, even a Daedalus, that hits hard. 88 bonus damage. What's the chance to crit? 30% for a 225%. So it's like almost more than a Juggernaut, which is pretty incredible because his crit is one of the best ones.
I'll take that.
Yeah, Daedalus, good item. I think it's the highest damage item in the game, apart from Rapier, when it comes to just damage.
For a single item, I think it is the biggest DPS increase you can get into your kit. I think maybe one Rapier is, but
yeah, one Rapier.
After a Rapier, Daedalus is more damage than getting a second Rapier or something like that. Unless
yes,
if you're doing consistent DPS. If you're doing a single hit like Kunkka, then more Rapiers will always do more damage.
Well, actually, it depends. It's RNG though, because you need the crit. Yeah. But if you get the crit on Kunkka, it's fun. But you probably have a Silver Age anyway, so you're getting a 160%. Then
that's where most Kunkas get their crits from now, isn't it? It's the initial first hit crit with the Silver Age. You go from there. It's
not as big as a Daedalus, but it's a guaranteed crit, which means everything. I mean, how good was Impclaw on Kunkka? It was so good.
It was ridiculous.
Same on Ember Spirit. Guaranteed crit. That was a dumb item. I'm so glad that's gone. Didn't stand that item. But Brigand's Blade almost seems more dumb. It's a tier 2 neutral item that can give like 60 damage, which seems a bit odd, but anyway. Dire want to fight. They want to push. They don't have the Death Prophet, but Death Prophet does have travels. Death Prophet ate the tome. Really, really wants level 25. I don't know what you get actually, because Spirit Siphon replenish time is amazing, but then 8 Exorcism Spirits makes your ult even stronger. Oh, they're just
Yeah,
running
it's a
around.
tough choice this game as well, because I think if you realistically need to like decide how many targets you're hitting in a fight, if you're using a lot of spirit siphons, then for that. But if you're just using the extra damage ranks,
They're just
plus
running
8's a
in.
lot of damage.
They're really trying to get Miles. Miles actually manages to escape just with Glimmercape because apparently detection is not available for the Dire. Juju's already found a kill on Kokopion. I think it's Dire's turn to leave. Are they able to get a kill? Nice use of spider legs. I think picking that up on the Trow actually is a good idea.
Oh, that damage.
Whoa, the damage. The 1,000 crit almost on the Skywrath. Skywrath has 4 armor. 4.
Yep.
No minus armor. Just 4. That's it. 4 armor. So
Shows how
Luna
much the Drower
is,
does, putting up to 17 if he starts with 4.
Yeah, he needs that. I mean, he has 0.8 agi gain on the Skywrath, but 4 in. All about pure damage. The ultimate glass cannon hero, Skywrath.
Oh,
Juju is gunning for them.
So you're going high ground.
Yeah, BKB TP out. Very nice.
I mean, that's your BKB on your Drow, actually. Nat is already pushing high ground now. They will have the glyph to be able to dissuade them a little bit.
For a little
Fight
bit,
back
yeah.
on the Jakira. You
I
have
hear
the
it.
Exorcism popped.
I hear the spirits. She did go for +8 spirits. There's a lot of spirits now. Noodles hasn't dropped the BKB yet. I think he's going to have to drop it now. No, he gets stunned. Somehow he's still alive. Why is he healing so much? 1.1 Spirit Siphon is keeping him alive against Nat, which is absolutely incredible. But he has to run away again because they don't have enough detection. The Glimmer Cape that was popped by Mars was like enough. Oh, they've got another stun. A lot of follow-up damage. The Lucent Beam with the Veil, so much damage. They're going to drop absolutely everything on Queen of Pain. Nice use of the Force Up. Miles, the absolute hero of that fight, saving with both Glimmer Cape and then Force Staff. But unfortunately, Tim will go down to the Drow Ranger. But I don't know, they defended their high ground. They did have to throw a buyback and they lost the Death Prophet. So I'm not sure if that's a great win for the Dire. Not really.
No, I don't think so. You've used the buyback or dieback on the Jakira. Roshan's 12 seconds from spawning and Radiant are in position for it. So they're going to get Rosh off this at least. But they don't lose their base. There's a DD for the Luna as well. So this Roshan is going to disappear.
Oh, that is not a hero you want to see a DD. They've got a full Eye of Skadi on the Luna. Of course,
Oh, chat, it's spawned, guys.
Oh my god, it just spawned. There's a Ag Shard on it. I don't know if there are that many heroes who need Ag Shard. Just Tim for the Radiant. And Tim's one's pretty good, actually. So,
yeah.
you know.
It's surprisingly good. You forget how good it is, actually. And especially against someone who does like single hits like Drow, it's really, really nice.
Yeah, it does about 300 damage, or slightly more than 300 damage. 375 damage.
But it absorbs 3 hits for 85%. So
Yeah.
if your Drow hits you 3 times, you take, considerably less damage and have a chance to react, use a button item. Or
It can be
That's
six hits if you cast it on them. It lasts a very long time. I don't know what the cooldown is, but I'm assuming you can back to back. But
Yeah.
Aegis is going to be taken. This Luna is scary. Leveler gives, 50 attack speed and 5 armor. And of course, Luna's building there is already incredible. And Chimeitmo drops a full ultimate, but looks like Veteran will escape. He does lose his creep. It's 250 gold. It's like a kill. But I guess it brings them back. It buys them a little bit of time. Drow, though, is struggling. Second on net worth. So done quite well in that aspect. Now has a Butterfly. And there is no MKB on the Luna. So man fighting the Luna did get a whole lot easier. But I don't think he's really dying to Luna. He's dying to everyone else who jumps on him. So
yeah,
we'll
well,
see.
it pushes him out of the fight enough to make him feel not confident to walk forward.
I think I would have gone more waves. Do you not think? Multi-shot waves? Because then you get 5 waves instead of 3. And I think they come out faster
Yeah.
as well.
No, it's the same. It just extends the duration. I think you basically
does
get
it?
another second. Yeah, it's not like Snapfire where she gets like the billion globs and they just got rapid gun.
That's amazing, the Snapfire
Yeah.
one. There you go, there's the Fire Shield. Yeah, the cooldown of Fire Shield is 16 seconds, but it lasts 25. Imagine having to get through 6 attacks where you do no damage, even for a fast-hitting hero like Drow. That's quite a lot of hits to try and get through. And it's multicastable, so... And it does damage. I mean, that's an amazing shard. Now you have 5 shards on the Radiant team. So they are fully kitted out. There's only 1 on the die. What a letdown. And that, he's got the leveler as well. Gonna stand his ground. Takes practically no damage from the Drow Ranger. Or from anyone, really. I mean, that's Satanic doing so much healing.
Yeah, they're just chipping away at this tower, bringing it down slowly. The multi-shot is obviously, as you can see, very good at clearing the waves.
Yeah, low cooldown multi-shot this rank, level 12 seconds. But I would like to see the shard on Drow because 7 hits is 70% reduced healing. I know it doesn't pierce BKB, but that's a lot of healing reduction for the Luna once the BKB's gone. Satanic might as well not be an item.
And it procs off your multi-shot as well because it's a frost arrow hit. So that's like a really nice little buff for the shard that it got. Helps you clear waves a bit more and it hits everyone with it, so that's amazing.
Increases damage by 5 damage per stack. So tiny damage buff as well. And it's got this really weird mechanic where the hero does 60 magic damage per stack they had on them and slows nearby enemies. More for killing creeps. They've roared Nat. They're dropping everything on him. They actually kill him just with the supports alone, pretty much. Now Noodles has a chance to get a couple of kills, but once again, Glimmer Cape is the ultimate item because detection is optional, apparently. So all they get was the Aegis, but they had to use Exorcism.
They've used Exorcism and Roar. Roar is obviously only a minute cooldown, but Exorcism is the big one.
Okay, so I think Radiant should be reasonably confident. Nat's got to be careful. He's taking a lot of damage. Nice ult from, not ult, but stun from Debate Mail. Out comes the Macropier. Look at the damage. Drow, I mean, Drow in the base is scary. Look at the range that Drow can attack people. And now Nat's dropped his ultimate. He's dropped Satanic as well, doing a lot of damage, but they just all escape. Good use of 4-staffs. Nat will take the tower, however. They've got a stun onto him. Oh, look at the damage. Mystic Flare Pop instantly goes down. Tim tries to keep himself alive using the Stormcraft that will die. Drow in the base is a force to be reckoned with. Standing behind the tier 3 tower, nice and safe. They can't dive you on the high ground. The attack range of Drow is also something else. The Hurricane Pike alone, how much range she got? Only 765, but which just tore apart them in that fight.
I forget the range multiplier on multi-shot. I think it's double. So even if your targets are out of range, yeah, you can just fire the multi-shot and you have an extra double attack range. I'm going to double check what the actual value is.
That is a massive change. If you look at the gold and XP more than gold. There's still a big gold lead. Never mind, the gold lead is shrinking with the buybacks, but the XP difference was absolutely huge from about 1,000 difference in XP to pretty much exactly the same. Win probability has actually gone in the dire favour despite them being behind. Drow, still a long way behind Luna. Luna's net worth is just crazy.
Look at the tower, the bloodlust.
I mean, that tower is pretty strong. Okay, well, the tower doesn't go down. They don't even use the glyph, so they've done a very good job. They've got no Roche to take. There is one tier 2 tower they could try and work on. But Luna...
Very big talent this game will be for the Sand King, and that 40% slow and blind talent on the Sand King.
It's amazing. It's so good. One of the best talents out there.
Especially taking the Sandstorm radius, he doesn't need to sit actually like that near to the Drow. He can just sit in the middle of the fight, and the Drow can't really do much. And if she does try and commit to it and she doesn't have BKB, the 40% slow as well is amazing against like low mobility heroes like Drow Ranger.
Oh yeah, it's really good. I mean, it makes Sand King have one of the best controls in the late game. But 5 more epicenter pulses, and the pulses come faster like Mortimer's Kisses, so you can do an absolutely absurd amount of damage if you're playing Sand King like that. Because what, 15 pulses on epicenter is a lot of damage. We're looking at... I can't do the maths exactly. About 1,750-ish, I think, magic damage. Which I guess doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a massive AoE epicenter. Oh, he's hitting the Hawk. The Hawk will go down. So they did what I said they might do, going for that last tower. Got the Black Dragon up. And just Noodle's going to be right-clicking it. He's going for a Refresher. That he thinks, I want my ult up as much as possible. Not a bad choice with Death Prophet. I'm not sure what I would have gone myself.
I think late game this is almost a core item on Death Prophet, because like we kind of saw with the mid push, I mean, obviously it still worked out, but he used the epicenter for the fight. They had to retreat to the base, and then he didn't have, sorry, not epicenter, exorcism.
Yeah.
So now true. At least if you take a bad fight, you still have it online and available.
Yes. Yeah. No, I do like it on Death Prophet. Obviously, if you're going all in for one like key winning fight, you just need one, but you know. You can definitely always benefit from having it up again. Did go for Exorcism Spirits as well, so went all in on the Exorcism. It also refreshes all 5 charges of Spirit Siphon, so if you're going to go Refresher, maybe you don't need the other talent. That's one thing which is a bit unique to Dota. Charges. Lots of spells didn't used to have charges. It was a very new thing. But Refresher refreshes every single charge, so abilities that have massively long cooldowns, like Brewmaster's ult, which has, I think, like... 6-minute cooldown, or no, not 6 minute, like 5-minute cooldown if you have 2 charges missing. Refresher instantly gives you them both back, which makes it so good. And looks like the Radiant are just wandering around the jungle. Dire can't see them.
They've had a lot of back and forth smokes. The Dire are now smoked. It went Dire smoke, Radiant smoke, Dire smoke, and every time that their smoke runs out, they just run back to their own
Can they
corner.
get Juju? That blink went about 3 centimeters, then he had Linken's. Not a Linken Sphere, But the spell block talent, which I would assume you always take, because -2-second blink cooldown is like the worst talent ever for a level 25. If that was a level 20 talent, I think I'd still skip it for Scream of Pain damage or AoE Shadow Strike.
It is a 33% cooldown reduction.
It is, but do you need it? Is Queen of Pain like, oh, if only I had 4-second cooldown on Blink. I mean, a massive fight is kicking off. Kinder's going to go down. This is a good place for Nat, but look, there's a bit of a Titanic trading. Hurricane Pike is used. Only 1 kill. They got a kill on Juju. It's actually looking good for the die. Again, Drow is so hard to clear in the base. You see how Luna with, you know, with the 10k more net worth can't fight a Drow. Drow, the perfect pick for late game Luna, and there's the fear. They will get a kill. Noodles is charging down. He does actually have Refresher. I would just use Refresher straight away. That means another BKB. And obviously getting the cooldown of Refresher as low as possible. Yeah, very nice fight. Getting the kill on Juju was huge. Buyback straight away on Kinder. They struggle to push into the base. They don't have the engage to get onto the Drow. Or not enough,
They might have called the Sanking bottom.
Yeah, they've used him.
We'll miss the silence.
Yeah, silence fails. He's got the Agnum, so he is out of there. Yeah,
Juju needs to learn a lesson of not standing in Macropire, because he was silenced, stood in Macropire, and he literally took over like half his
Look
health
at the
just
range of
standing.
multi-shot. It's here to here. What is that range? That is massive.
It is insane.
So 4 Staff and Glimmer Cape, not enough to save you. Out comes the multi-shot. And of course, level 27, nearly level 28, you're starting to pick up extra talents. Gust Width is an interesting one. I mean, they've changed it a lot of things. Like Gust Pushback, Gust Blind. He actually has Gust Blind.
Blind's on the 10, yeah.
That's not bad.
50% is a lot, and actually with the butterfly as well on the Drow, if you gust the Luna, I think you do BKB it off if you hit BKB, but
yes, you do. But
I think
still,
the issue right now, as we saw, is that Drow went for butterfly and Luna cannot get an MKB fast enough. It actually queued up the scepter, so it's not actually thinking about MKB. And I kind of feel like you need it at this point.
He was at one point, then he changed his mind. Maybe you just go magic damage instead. Maybe that's how we're going to kill the Drow. We're going to stun with Epicenter. We're going to just throw a max out Lucent Beam spam Eclipse on his face. But it's an interesting approach. It's hard. I guess he doesn't want to replace any of his items for MKB because they were all good. And it's weird that Rapier didn't give True Strike, then gave it for a very long time, and then stopped giving it. So Rapier not good against Butterfly. Actually, a terrible item against Butterfly. You need the MKB.
Maybe thinking that if we can pop the Drow BKB and reset, then drop an Eclipse on her head, it's enough. Alright, Radiant Smoke. Roshan is up, but dying very fast. Not sure if we've lost Jerome. I'm trying to wait for him to come back, but I think we've lost him for the moment. Big fight turning out though. They do get the Aegis onto the Drow Ranger, but 2 deaths. The big Sonic Blade.
You are right. Had to reconnect it. Yeah, but that was absolutely a massive kill, getting a kill on the Death Prophet. And Death Prophet has to buy back, but I mean, it's just all over. Look at this. Radiant.
Stun from Debate Mail.
I mean, is that it? Is that the fight like completely won? Death Prophet trying to do what she can. Noodles not going to get Juju. Juju blinks away. What's happening in the back? Another full Epicenter onto the Drow. I mean, this is a massive throw from the Dire. The Radiant getting an instant kill on the Death Prophet. Now they are chasing Noodles. They can't escape. He might drop the Refresher Shard, but he is going to go down. That is a dieback. And the fight pretty much instantly ended in one fight. Interesting that Nat went back, though. Are they going to... come on, they're not going to get nothing out of this. What? Okay. There's the stun. This is great. If you can get a kill on Drow Ranger, they've got the Scythe of Ice. Fantastic item. But why are they so scared? There's 2 people
don't have
alive.
Luna.
I guess, but there's 4 heroes here. Did you see how much damage Juju did in that fight?
Yeah, it was a disgusting amount of damage.
Insane. Do you know?
I think it was smart actually. The one thing that Joe did on Drow, when he lost his Aegis, he didn't pop BKB on the respawn, knowing that he's probably going to end up dying anyway. So he does have BKB for the base defense.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know why Nat TP'd back. That is bizarre.
Oh, James got him. He has Scythe. Turns around. Scythe. Stun. Only 2 times multicast. Keeping him alive thanks to Kirkopium. Oh, turning around doing a lot of damage, but Tim will keep himself alive. Stormcrafter as well. And yeah, Nat is going to be okay. GG, going in. Oh, there's the Aghanims, doing quite a lot of damage. Is it enough? You've got the Orchid on Dry Ranger. He doesn't have the BKB. He does have the invisibility. Is the Trick Skull going to be enough? Yes. Once again, invisibility and equals invincibility, but the Orchid, what a punch that hit.
How much damage did that just do?
I mean, he healed up a lot with Satanic after the Orchid. I think it was... I don't know. It was a lot of damage. Do we have some stats on that? Can I see the damage from the spell? I'm not sure if I can, but they're still going in. They have so much engage on the Radiant. Just jump in, jump in, jump in, and I think now it is over. It's a shame because Dire had such a good chance at that game, but one really, really bad fight around Roche, and it was just all over. Insta kill on the Death Prophet, and I think almost the game-winning item was the Scythe of Vice. Scythe of Vice is the greatest late-game item to ever exist, and Jabate he built it, and therefore he won the game. Very good.
I feel like it ges forgotten a lot.
I love it. I buy it always.
And a lot of courts don't want to build it, but it is insanely powerful.
I mean, I don't care which Pos 3 I'm playing. Tide Hunter, Legion Commander, just anything. You got to get a Scythe. It is too good an item. Dude just trying to dive the base. Nua's doing what he can to defend it. Can he fight a Luna with Satanic? I think the answer is no, and there you go. Scythe of Ice. And another kill. And what a great set of fights for the Radiant. Really, really coming back strong. You can see Kinder, the defeated luck. And we're going to shut the cameras off now, but very good game. I just want to chime in on this random conversation happening in the Twitch chat about... Did you do this at school, Dave, where you had like an egg and you had to wrap it up and see if you could like protect it so you could drop it from a high distance and it didn't crack? Actually, we did it at the company I used to work for, as a programmer. New graduates used to have to do that. They have to go into teams and they had to, like, with given straw and things, try to build a structure to protect an egg. Yeah, that's how we tested to see if you were a good programmer or not. Which I think it was to see how well you did team building and stuff, but it was always fun. I like that. It was good.
Silly exercises like that, but they actually have like a deep purpose. Always quite fun.
Yeah, we analysed how they communicated with each other. Anyway, that was a fantastic game. We saw a lot of kills. What's the final score? 39-36 in a 54-minute game. So really, really close finish.
You want to know how close it was? Have a look at the win probability graph.
Yeah, actually barely went above maybe sort of a third into one team's favour right till the end when there was, the massive Radiant sort of stomp. But amazingly impressive, yeah. Very good game.